I believe that people enjoy the Investors Update Red Carpet event, not just because they get to celebrate their own success, but because they get to share in the success of others. The reason why I'm so passionate about this is because I love helping people. I remember when I first invested with RTA, I was very scared. It was my first real estate transaction. However, I quickly discovered with the education that was given what I was doing, why I was doing it, and how I could do it successfully. And when I went on tour and saw that everything that I was told was true, it was a no-brainer. Now, when I help people on their first deal, I focus on making sure that they experience the same thing I did on my first deal. And that's what makes me so passionate about helping others.
I was in the Marine Corps in the 80s, and I saw a lot of the older Marines were investing in all kinds of different things. Investing for me as a junior Marine just wasn't going to happen. Then after I left the Marine Corps, started working at Verizon, which was GTE at the time. But after 33 years and with children and marriage, it just never was enough money that I thought I could invest with. I had been doing camping trips with friends of mine, and one of the campers, she invested most of her life, and she did quite well with it. She said, you need to listen to this gentleman. He has the answer for what you're doing. So I go to the meetup with them thinking, okay, maybe at 60, I'm too old for this, but my kids might be able to benefit from it. So I listened, and it was amazing. It was like one of those things where, why haven't you been doing this? I was doing this for the kids, but I'm making money now. So I got 3 beautiful children and 5 beautiful grandchildren, and they're going to benefit because I finally said yes. Why invest in land? I mean, let's get real. Land is it. If you can invest in the path of progress where rich people are going, it's like a no-brainer. You can realize a profit without having to do anything else other than sit back and wait. We went to planning meetings, we looked at the map, and you could actually see how they were building the freeway. And I saw that my plot was right next to what was gonna be a major exit. I look up and I'm like, okay, it's like a bell went off in my head, like, this is it, you're doing the right thing. My favorite property is one of the solar properties that I purchased with some friends of mine from the camping group, because this one was one that seemed like I was part of something bigger. Everybody talks about energy. You know, we said oil, they got fracking up in Canada, they're building pipelines, all this for an energy product that's gonna go away at some point. Solar power is it. And when you go out there and you see the Canadians are there, the Chinese are there, hell, Warren Buffett is even there. I mean, how can you not want to go behind Warren Buffett? And I felt like I was right in the middle of what was getting ready to go on. Then after we closed escrow, I found out that other people who were purchasing the property now were paying 2 and 3 times what I paid for the property, and I only bought it a couple weeks ago. The way I met Christopher is funny. I was in Atlanta visiting the friend that does a lot of investing, and we were playing dominoes, and Chris is at the table. The next day we go to a presentation for RTA, you know, Real Titan Acquisitions, and I look up and there's Chris. He's up at the front. When you talk about land in the path of progress, he knows it. When you're talking about land banking, up to the top. It's just what he does. If you want to know about land in the path of progress, Chris is your man.
I first met Christopher Mesa at an investment seminar that Equity Trust put on. Equity Trust does self-directed IRAs, and I was looking for something that was a little bit different. I didn't want to be in the stock market, and Christopher was there speaking. He was awesome. He drew my attention, started talking about pre-developed land and something I hadn't really thought about before. So I was at home that night. I was doing research on Christopher and seeing what he's been doing and the investments that he's been making and the opportunities that he has, and it made perfect sense that this was what I wanted to do with my self-directed IRA. The reason why I decided to invest in land is because all my life I'd seen small towns grow up to be big cities, and I'd never figured out how to get in on the bottom floor. Until I met Christopher, he showed me how I could get on the ground floor in the path of development. I thought it would take millions, but it doesn't. You could take whatever you have and you can invest in these, and it's just an awesome, awesome opportunity. One of the commercial properties I bought is in the California Award Zone, and it's close to BYD. Now BYD started an expansion that is just going to cause property values in the area to explode, and I'm just so excited because I'm a part of that. This is just brilliant. I bought a property next to a proposed highway, and shortly after buying it, not only was the highway approved, but the funding came into play. And now the property values have just soared in the area, and people are asking 10 times what I bought my property for. And the freeway is not even built yet. Just imagine what the property is going to be worth once it's built. That's what I'm waiting for. So I've been investing in real estate the traditional way for years, primarily in rental property. I'm 55 years old, and I needed something that was going to just explode my retirement account. That's pre-developed land with Christopher Mesa.